What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you guys are doing all right. Today we're going to be looking at some stuff, couple random videos. We're also going to look at this video I saw on the Michael Knowles debate, which was pretty interesting. It was covered by a YouTuber I watch called Warren Smith. Pretty cool dude. I think it was that teacher. I think it was that teacher that got fired or whatever a while back. I don't know if you guys remember. There was a teacher who was like saying the wrong thing or whatever, and he got fired. It was like a high profile thing, and I think it was Asmongold covered it or something. You guys might recognize him when you see him. What's up, Flair? What's up, Shady? What's up, Yoshi? Hopefully you guys are doing good today. All right, let me bring this up here. Video. This guy right here. I don't know if he's familiar to you, but he's basically just a YouTuber now because I think he lost his teaching job due to wrong think. Excuse me. Can you guys hear me okay? By the way, make sure my audio's good. What's up, Necro? Heading to bed? All right, so this video is really interesting that I'm about to show you guys because it is a debate. It's a debate that's taking place between two people. But the moderator of this debate is the worst moderator I have ever seen in my entire life. Like, he is 100% unapologetically biased, and like he doesn't make any attempt to hide it at all. Like, he's just it's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen that. He's so unbelievably biased that he gets mad at the audience because the audience resonates with the person he doesn't like. So he starts yelling and cussing at the audience. It's I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before. It's kind of shocking. Now, I'm looking at this through Warren Smith's video because he basically clipped it all up and has all the stuff, like all the key moments lined up or whatever. I could find the full debate, but I don't know like what the copyright stuff is going to be for that or whatever. Maybe we'll check it out. We'll see. But we'll check out this video first just to kind of highlight what we're talking about. Let me know if you guys can hear this okay.
Exposes the most biased moderator I have ever seen.
I'm asking the questions. All right. Feel free to try to control it, but you won't get to.
He causes him to implode. Just turn on the audience and start.
How's that sound? Can you guys hear that all right? Let me know if it's too low, too high, whatever. Warren Smith was the teacher that got banned. Yeah, that's what I remember. My handle was weird. Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, what's with all the extra numbers there? But could you guys hear that all right? Was the volume good? It's a bit low? Okay, let's turn it up a little bit. I wonder if that was the case last night too. This is why I try to do this stuff early so that I don't have to deal with it later.
Cursing at them live on stage.
You can boo all you want to. I don't give a shit. Okay, listen. Well, I may be a hack, but I've got the fucking microphone.
I knew I should have asked Ruben.
Okay, how's that? I turned it up a bit more. Oh crap. Yeah, this video is a good representation of the turning point, so to speak. We have reached a point where a lot of people are getting fed up of far left wing tactics, and they're just getting tired of it. They're tired of the disingenuousness. They're tired of the lies. They're tired of people, trying to manipulate them and stuff. Like, people are really starting to come around, and that's a good sign. Like, that's a really good sign that people are actually starting to see what's going on and understand, what these people are trying to do and succeeding at doing, for that matter, which is probably the worst part. All right, fine. Okay, we're good here. All right, let's play it. I'm gonna assume that it's fine now.
Michael Knowles exposes the most biased moderator I have ever seen.
I'm asking the questions.
All right.
Feel free to try to control it, but you won't get to.
He causes him to implode. Just turn on the audience and start cursing at them live on stage.
You can boo all you want to. I don't give a shit. Okay, listen. Well, I may be a hack, but I've got the fucking microphone.
I knew I.
Y'all hear this dude? Do you hear this guy? This is a moderator for a debate. This dude was worse than the presidential debate moderators for Trump and Biden. Remember when the moderator was arguing with Donald Trump? He was actually arguing points for Biden. So it was basically the moderator and Joe Biden versus Donald Trump during a debate. I may be a hack, but I have the mic. Bro. All right.
Since you're looking to moderate this debate.
Don't worry. I'm sure he rehearsed that line in the bathroom this morning.
His bias is shocking.
And I just want to say, Clay, you're probably the worst moderator I've ever seen in my life.
This is one of the strongest debate performances I've ever seen from Michael Knowles.
The president has been labeled a racist, that he's been labeled a fascist, that he's been labeled an authoritarian. Do you think that's hyperbole, or do you think it's a fair assessment?
No, I don't think it's a fair assessment. Let's dig into it.
Nobody reasonable thinks that it's a fair assessment. There's no reasonable people that think that those things are a fair assessment. I'm sorry. Like, if you genuinely believe that we live in under a Nazi fascist regime, then you should probably get your head checked. Like, something is clearly wrong with you, because that is so unbelievable. Like, here's the tripped out part. For the first time in my lifetime, since I have been paying attention to politics and all the presidencies that I've personally lived through, this is probably the first time I've ever seen a president actively try to do what he said he was going to do. I've seen a bunch of presidents pretend like they were doing what they said they were going to do. I've seen a bunch of presidents insinuate that they were doing what they said they were going to do. But in my lifetime, I have never seen a president get in office and then take this list that he curated specifically for his voters and was like, I'm about to knock everything off this. And he's just been doing it. Bam, did that one. Boom, did this one. Boom, I'm working on this one. And it's just like, I've never seen that before. Like, I've never witnessed that in my lifetime. And for the first time that I can think of, the democratic process is working as it should. A president was elected. He won everything. Clean sweep across the board, got a mandate to do the things he said he was going to do, and just started doing it. That is like the purest, most accurate form of the democratic process I have ever seen, and these people hate it. They're like, oh my God, this is disgusting. They voted for the person they wanted, and this person got in office and is doing the things that they want him to do. This is terrible. This is a disgrace to our democracy. And I'm just like, bro, wait a minute. That sounds completely backwards to me. That sounds like the opposite of what democracy is, because, like, bro, what more could you possibly ask for? I've never seen democracy function so properly before in my life. But, you know, here we are.
I don't know that I would go ahead and call him a racist, but I do think he has pandered to racists.
See, and he kind of got himself a point there where he was like, I'm not going to call him a racist, but I think he pandered to racists. Both sentiments are ridiculous. He's not a racist and he doesn't pander to them either, but just watch.
I'm going to bring up the classic lie around very fine people on both sides, which has been debunked a number of times. But
wait, is the video? Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought the video was frozen. I'm looking at the wrong feed here.
This guy kind of takes it to another level.
But it was a racist group out there chanting racist things, and the president had one thing to do that day, and that was to condemn it, and he didn't.
Did you know that nearly...
There it is. The famous lie that has been debunked so many times it's ridiculous. He had one opportunity to condemn the racist and the horrible people at the Charlottesville thing, and they said he didn't, when he literally and explicitly did, word for word in plain English, and he made sure he set time aside to specifically say those words. And they're just like, nah, he didn't say it because we took it out of his speech and you don't have to see it. So because you didn't see it because we didn't play it, he didn't say it. And people were like, that makes perfect sense. That makes absolute perfect sense. You took it out of the video. We didn't hear it with our ears. So clearly it didn't happen. And it's like, well, here's the full version. You can watch that. And they're like, nah, I don't need to see that. I don't need to see the full version. Context is stupid. I just know what my masters told me to believe. And when my masters say do something, you fucking do it. And that's it. I never go against the people who control me and tell me what to do. Even Snopes said it was bullshit.
He said, literally, I condemn it totally.
Listen.
And I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally.
That was in the same speech. As a matter of fact, that line wasn't even in the same speech. It was in the same sentence as the good people on both sides. Like, that was the other half of the exact same sentence. Baffling.
Do you think that what Chris is saying about his responsibility to lead was displayed that
What's
day?
up, Scribbles?
I think, it is simply a matter of fact that he did explicitly condemn white supremacists and racists at Charlottesville, and he did it repeatedly, and he's done it repeatedly on the campaign trail. Most people don't know that because of a mainstream media narrative that President Trump is a racist, because, in that case, they explicitly lied about what he said.
You can see Michael Knowles win over the crowd. The applause starts to grow. His opponent starts to dwindle.
Now, you're about to see a very popular left-wing tactic. Now, Michael Knowles was asked a question and he answered it, right? He answered the question with facts or whatever. Now, this dude is about to use a very popular left-wing tactic. It's called yelling and trying to talk louder than the other person, because the louder you are, the more correct you are. Now, mind you, what he's saying out of his mouth is ridiculous, stupid bullshit, but it doesn't matter because he's louder than the other person, which means he's more correct than the other person.
His words matter more than mine, more than yours, more than anybody else's on the planet, and he does not choose them carefully.
I wanted to make sure, unlike most politicians, that what I said was correct, not make a quick statement.
He did not choose his words carefully. This president just prattles off anything and he doesn't think about it before he speaks. He does not choose his words carefully. Donald Trump, I wanted to make sure that I specifically knew what I was talking about before I said anything, which is why I did not respond right away. You can't make this up, dude. You can't. This information is available. He could have seen this information if he wanted to. He either knows that this exists and seen the full thing and just completely ignored all the things that he's saying, or he never did his own research. It's one or the other. Don't forget to hit that like button, guys.
And he needs to be more careful with that. I think you would agree with that. I think you need to agree with that.
He tells me-
Last time I told you to agree with something, you should have just agreed with me.
Y'all hear that? I think you agree with that. I think you need to agree with that. The last time I told you to agree with me, you should have just agreed with me. That is the most far left thing. That is the most far left sentence I have ever heard in my entire life. That is their entire baseline philosophy. You need to agree with me, and when I tell you to agree with me, you better do it. Here's the thing, though. Nobody in the audience agrees with him. Nobody in the audience cheered for him when he said what he said. Nobody in the audience was vibing with what he said. But he's telling the person he's debating, like, you need to, if you know what's good for you, you would agree with what I said. Democrat debate 101.
Yeah, well, I'm not so sure about that.
I mean, that pretty much summarizes this guy's strategy in a nutshell. You need to agree. I'm telling you to agree, you should agree.
I think so much of the trouble in this country is the left tells us you have to say this, you have to believe that, you have to say Trump is a racist and an anti-Semite. What I'm saying is, if at Charlottesville, if he explicitly condemned racists and white supremacists, we would agree that's a good thing. The president should do that.
His first reaction.
That's what they asked for, by the way. They said all he had to do was condemn it and it would have been fine. But he did, and it's not fine. He literally did, and it's not fine. But that's the argument they'll tell you. We just want him to condemn it. Why won't he condemn it? Dude, there's a compilation. I might actually pull up the compilation, but there's a compilation video of a whole bunch of people saying explicitly that Donald Trump has never, in his entire history of being alive, condemned white supremacy, when there is like 40 different cases of this happening. Throughout his entire career, they've asked him on several different occasions if he supports white supremacy, and he has denounced it every opportunity. And they're just like, no, it never happened. And it would be so easy if he would just do it. Like, if he would just do it, it would be fine. And I'm like, so if he does it and you just pretend he didn't, then what? If I didn't see it, it didn't happen. If a tree falls in the forest and nobody's around to hear it, did Donald Trump denounce white supremacy? Who knows? These people, they make me so angry. So angry.
Should have been that. His first reaction was good people on both sides.
In the very same paragraph.
Good people on both sides.
You hear him, like, now, here comes the yelling now. Because he knows he's wrong, right? He knows he's wrong already. So now he's about to start screaming a bunch of nonsense to try to, like, overpower the conversation.
Is not condemning racism. There were no good people marching saying Jews will not replace us. Not one good person.
You can't mind read. There could have been people there that were just concerned about changing historical monuments.
Not one of those people was a good person. Not one of them. Not one.
Now, notice what he said. Let's go back. Pay attention to the words he used, because if Democrats are good at anything, it is word manipulation. Pay attention to what he said specifically.
In the very same paragraph.
Good people on both sides is not condemning racism. There were no good people marching saying Jews will not replace us. Not one.
There was no good people marching saying Jews would not replace us. There was no, specifically, he's talking specifically about the people that Donald Trump was specifically not talking about. He is specifically talking about the people that Donald Trump excluded from his good people remark. And that's the basis of his argument, which doesn't make any sense because Donald Trump wasn't talking about any of those people. The very specific people that he just pointed out were not included in the good people thing. We're talking about a situation where monuments were being torn down that people had an issue with. And there were a whole bunch of people at that protest. Some people were, neo-Nazis and crazies, and some people were just there to see what was going on. And this is about just as fair as people who say, like, when you look at some of the left-wing marches and stuff, and then you see Antifa acting stupid, and then it's a group of Antifa, and then everybody else is just like watching and doing nothing, and it's just like, wow, everybody there is a violent monster. And it's like, no, you can't say that literally everybody there engaged in it, because that's factually incorrect. There were people who were engaging in violence, and of course there were people around who were just watching and enabling it, but everybody wasn't participating. So it's not fair to say that, just like it's not fair to say that everybody who was at the Charlottesville thing was, oh my God, just read the title. Why are we discussing my stuff? Why not? What you got to hide? You got something to hide? Is there a reason why we can't discuss your stuff random? That sounds suspicious.
One good person.
You can't mind read. There could have been people there that were just concerned about changing historical monuments.
Not one of those people was a good person. Not one of them. Not one.
Now, if you read down 2 paragraphs,
You had people in that group that were there to protest the taking down of, to them, a very, very important statue and the renaming of a park from Robert E. Lee to another name.
as he is saying that,
He said all these things, like all these words were words that he used, and they're just pretending like they didn't happen. And this is why the moderator is getting so upset, because the person on the other side is lying, and he knows he's lying, and everybody knows he's lying. The moderator is lying, he knows he's lying, and everybody else knows he's lying. But what they're accustomed to, the reason why he gets so pissed off and so frustrated, is because what they're accustomed to is that's what we do. We lie, we propagandize, we tell you things that aren't true, and you're supposed to just fall in line. You're supposed to just believe us. But y'all are being disobedient, and y'all are thinking for yourselves, and we didn't train you to do that. Nobody gave you permission to think on your own. You're supposed to just believe what we told you to believe. So this dude is getting pissed because he can't control the narrative, but they're used to doing that because all they do is operate in echo chambers.
He still said there were good people on both sides.
what he's saying is
And you know it, and I know it.
Yeah, he still said there was good people on both sides. You know it, I know it. Yeah, he did. He did explicitly say those words, but what else did he say? Unless you are one of those type of assholes who generalizes entire groups of people and assumes that it's all, as long as you slap a label on somebody, you can automatically assume that they're all just the same. Because I thought you guys didn't like that. I thought that was something only the other side did. Mind you, they do this in every context imaginable. They do it racially, they do it sexually, they do it politically, like in every imaginable way. They do this all the time, and it's something that they claim to be fighting against. What's up, Straight? Welcome to the stream. Everybody I didn't say hello to yet, even the lurkers, welcome to the stream, guys. Hopefully you guys are having a good one.
That's what he said.
well, I mean,
good people on both sides.
Let me ask it this way. Let me ask it this way. Let me ask it this way.
Sure.
So now he's going to try to change the question now. He doesn't like the way this interaction is going with this question. So he's going to change the question now. He's going to ask a different question. Listen to the question this motherfucker's about to ask. Just listen to this.
Are people who are marching and shouting Jews will not replace us, are they good people?
Now he's going to employ this
Are they? Are they?
presupposition technique where you build in the accusation to the question. When did you stop beating your wife?
There it is. When did you stop beating your wife, sir? The answer's loaded into the question. The answer's already prepared into the question. When did you realize that you weren't gay? Oh my God. And the very existence of the question itself, the premise behind it doesn't make any sense, because once again, Donald Trump wasn't talking about them anyway. So it's literally a trap that says trap on it. And I'm guessing you're just supposed to walk into it. It's a box that has a trap in it that says trap on it. And they're like, got him. He's gonna jump right into this one. And it's just like, no, are you serious? You wrote trap on the trap.
Here's the classic example. That's
My
such a
God.
manipulative question.
I don't
Yes
know.
or no?
I mean,
Just a yes or no question.
Oh, yes or no? Yes or no? No context. We hate context. You're not allowed to elaborate. Don't elaborate. Don't try to dance around the question. Yes or no? Answer him. Step into my malicious trap that I just set for you. He's a moderator, by the way. This is a moderator.
Yes or no? No, it's a yes or no
Clay, what a
question.
ridiculous question. Give me a break.
And the crowd can spot this tactic
They're booing
too,
him.
and this is where they
Did you guys hear
really
the crowd
start to turn
booing the
on.
dude? They're booing him in the crowd.
You can boo me all.
You know, the reason
No, because are you able to answer the
one
question?
conservative
Yes
because
or
they know that it's
no?
a fair fight.
So the moderator has now engaged fully in the debate with Michael Knowles.
Yes or no?
you-
Are people who are marching shouting Jews will not
Yeah,
replace us,
Nazis are
are
bad,
they
Clay.
good
We
people?
agree. Nazis are
Are
bad,
the
okay?
people? Can you say yes or no to this? Are you capable of that?
I can. Hey, Clay.
Can
hey,
you
Clay,
say yes
can
or no
you-
to
Let
it?
me ask.
Why is the moderator debating him? And think about it. A moderator is supposed to ask you a question, receive the answer, and then ask another person a question and receive the answer. The moderators aren't supposed to say, hey, here's a question, and I'm not going to allow you to move forward, and I'm not going to proceed with this until you tell me the answer that I want to hear. That's not how that works. Say the thing that I want you to say, or we're not moving on. I'm a moderator, by the way. I will be orchestrating this conversation to make sure that it goes properly. And by properly, I mean exactly the way that I want it to go. Like, fuck this dude with a sandpaper dildo. He's a fucking asshole. And it always kills me how smug these people are. Like how utterly smug these people are. It's disgusting, dude.
Ask you a question, Clay.
His opponent is just standing there. I've never seen
Look.
anything like this. This is crazy.
Look at the shitting grin on this dude's face. Look how tickled he is by this. Look at this dude. Look at him. He's just like, that's my boo. He destroying him. Oh god, dude. Oh man, it is embarrassing, dude. It is absolutely embarrassing. All right, let's move on.
Standing there. I've never seen anything like this. This is crazy.
Let me ask you a question, Clay.
I don't need to answer a question because I'm not on the stage.
Clay, it's a-
Can you answer the question?
Clay, I answered
Will- yes
Clay,
or no?
You just asked me if Nazis are bad, and I told
No,
you
I
Nazis
did not
are
ask
bad.
you if Nazis were bad.
Of course you did.
I
Of
asked you
Clay.
to say yes or no.
Yes or no?
And I
Are
understand
people who
those
don't
are
like
big
Jews
words.
really bad. Yeah.
And I understand those are big words. Dude is actively insulting one of the people who he's supposed to be moderating this event. He's actively insulting the dude who he's one of the my god. I can't even fucking word right now because I've never seen anything like this before. I have never seen, like, I've seen biased moderation, but it's never been so unbelievably blatant. Like, I've never seen it to this degree. This is insane. I don't have to answer questions.
Clay, it's a-
Can you answer the question?
Clay, I answered
Will-
your-
yes
Clay,
or no?
You just asked me if Nazis are bad, and I told
No,
you
I
Nazis
did not
are
ask
bad.
you if Nazis were bad.
Of course you did.
I
Of
asked you
Clay.
to say yes or no.
Yes or no?
And I
Are
understand
people who
those
don't
are
like
big
Jews
words.
really bad? Yeah, I
Are
think they're
people
really bad, Clay.
Are people marching saying Jews will not replace us good people? Yes or no?
They're bad people, Clay.
For me, I would ask him, well, define a good person. He would not be able to answer that. Likely, he cannot tell you where morality even comes from. If you ask a manipulative trap question, are you a bad person?
People who are Nazis are bad
Okay,
people, Clay.
that's not what I asked you.
I've answered this 5 times.
No, you haven't. You've chosen to answer it the way you
We'll go
want to
back in
answer
the
it.
tape later.
You've chosen to answer it the way that you want it to, just like you've chosen to moderate the way you want to. Isn't that interesting? Look, guys, if you don't remember anything, that ever comes out of my mouth from this day forward, I want you guys to download this one into your brain. Everything, and I mean every fucking word that far left wing people use is either projection or a confession. It's one or the other. Everything. And it's always one or the other, or both. It could be both at the same time, but it's always one or the other. So whenever somebody far left says something to you and it sounds like something they're accusing you of, some horrible thing that they think you're doing, they are either confessing to you their true feelings and thoughts or processes, or they're projecting their views and beliefs onto you. They're telling you what they believe and like attaching it to you to make you look like a bad person. But it's their views, it's their thoughts, it's their tactics. This is why this is why they feel like they're experts on it, why they can always spot it with no problem. Like, I guarantee this is what's happening. And I know this for a fact because we do it all the time. It's our thing. We know our tactics when we see them. They're always wrong, but, you know, that's what it is.
You're rewording You're
we'll be able to find that I did
You're
it. This
rewording.
is
Look at his opponent there, just grinning away, like, oh, this is great. I don't have to do anything.
What, Clay, what you're doing right now is exactly what the mainstream media did to Trump at Charlottesville. It's the exact same thing.
As you can see, Timo is a
God, these stupid commercials.
You gave a perfectly clear answer, and then you tried to pretend that I didn't.
I feel so bad for you. I feel so badly for you.
I feel bad for
I feel so bad for you. I feel so bad for you that you have to stand up there and get double teamed by the moderator and the person you're supposed to be debating. Oh, sucks to be you that you're being treated so unfairly. Boo-hoo. Yeah, they lied on Trump. I'm lying on you. You guys are always the victims. Oh my God. These people are fucking uncontrollable narcissistic abusers for the most part. Like the way that they talk, the way that they act, this is abuser behavior. Gaslighter supreme. Holy crap, dude.
for you. Oh my goodness. I bet this is the last time this guy ever moderates.
It's very easy to play victim. Let me ask you this. Why do you feel that?
It's very easy to play the victim, he says.
Let me ask you this.
Hey, guys.
And then the moderator turns to the crowd and says this.
You can boo all you want to. I don't give a f***ing shit. Okay, listen.
I think our rhetoric is too extreme.
Let me ask you this. Jeff, here's a yes or no question for you. Does President Trump lie?
And another brilliant question.
Here's a yes or no question for you. Does President Trump lie? Now, here's the problem with questions like that. Literally every politician or every person who has ever been in a political position in the history of anywhere, at any point in time, all of them lie. Want to know why? Because they're all human beings. Every single one of them. And the basis of this argument is, does they lie? Bad person, right? That's how it works. But my people lie too. They're not bad people though, because when they lie to us, they do it for our own good. But when Trump lies to you, he does it because he's evil. Because, you know, the people I don't like, their lies are bad. Our lies are acceptable. Think about how stupid this question is. Does Donald Trump lie? Yes. Okay. Now what?
Does Donald Trump lie? Yes or no? Everyone lies. At some point, he has lied.
Oh, I think every human being lies.
I asked a yes or no question. Does President Trump lie? Yes or no?
He lies as much as everyone else lies. Yes, he does.
It is amazing. Can I ask you a yes or no question?
Actually,
Does President Trump lie?
President Trump lies.
Okay.
All the time.
Oh, it's easy for him, yes, because the question has set him up. So, of course, he can answer it.
7 to 10 times a day, he lies.
It's oddly specific. 7 to 10.
7 to 10 times a day. That is a factual stat he just put out. Now, here's the thing. You get mad at the one dude because he's not answering the questions that you want him to answer. And then this dude, he answers your question, but he adds a caveat, a statistical fact that he just put out. Is he going to be challenged on this fact? How does he know that it is specifically those numbers? Does he have any research to back that up? Of course not. Is this dude going to question him or challenge him on it? Why would he do that? That blowjob he gave him before this debate was pretty good. So he got you. He got your back this whole thing.
10 times a day.
He lies about little things. And if somebody lies about little things, you can't believe them about the big things. And that's the problem with him.
So
That's a brilliant analysis. Watch how Michael handles this, though.
you're asking if President Trump lies. Of course he lies, everybody lies. The question is, what is the nature of those lies? Does he lie and say he's got the biggest crowd sizes ever? Yes. Is that quite a lie, or is that an exaggeration?
China called. We're really close to a deal. China never called.
Yeah.
China doesn't call. China's a country.
Yeah, they do. He talks.
China doesn't call. China's a country. Countries can't use phones, stupid. Fucking God. Oh my God. What is this dude even like? Who is this guy? Who is this dude? He said that China called, but China can't call. China's a country. And as you know, there's no phone big enough for a country to pick up. That's silly. You know, you can't trust Donald Trump. He said a country called us. That's ridiculous. Oh God. Holy crap, dude. Woo!
To diplomats. They negotiate.
If I've got to choose between a guy who's got a little dodgy personal life and who tells lies about crowd sizes, and if we're talking about lies on matters of important public policy, I want the guy to be honest on public policy. I don't care what he says in his personal life.
He even admits to his own bias because he can feel it coming from the audience.
Since clearly the audience thinks I'm biased, we're going to let them ask some questions too.
Clay, you ran.
We're going to let them ask some questions
for
too.
office as a Democrat. I think you have your bias.
Even
since the audience thinks that I'm biased, I guess we will allow the peons to speak. Yeah, since they think that I'm biased, we'll let the rabble, join the conversation too. I'll be gracious enough to allow our subjects to dare to speak out against me. These people are fucking disgusting, man. Disgusting. They are disgusting human beings. Oh my god.
And his opponent admits that he's biased.
I'm used to biased hosts. I know you're not. I am.
It gets so bad.
I'm used to biased hosts. I know you're not, but I am. I'm biased. But you, who is 100% on my side and arguing directly with my opponent, tag teaming and helping me debate him, you're not biased. I know you're not biased. I am, though. I'm biased, but you're not, moderator. Remember that blowjob in the back? It was great, right? Oh my god. Woo, boy.
That Michael's opponent steps in to defend the moderator because clearly they're on the same side.
You could boo me. I'm used to it when I'm in conservative crowds. I love you anyway. But Clay Aiken, man, he's like a national treasure.
So at this point, he has essentially turned the vast majority of the audience against him.
Don't boo.
You know what? I'll say this. You know what? I'll say. Stop it, Chris. I'm a big boy. I can handle myself.
And when I say this,
I'm a big boy. I can handle myself. Oh my god, dude. I'm joking about the there's something going on between these two things. Like I'm obviously joking and talking shit, but they're not really making it difficult to draw the connection. Am I tripping? Am I completely off base with my little jokes there? They're jokes, by the way. I don't mean it seriously, but I mean they're not making it hard to.
Moderator implodes. It's not an exaggeration.
Well, I may be a hack, but I've got the fucking microphone.
So a guy comes up to the microphone and even calls out the moderator to his face. And he points out the trap questions that he's been already used twice in just this example.
So before I ask my question, I just want to say, Clay, you're probably the worst moderator I've ever seen in my life. Asking very dishonest yes or no questions, but anyway.
That's perfectly fine. I've yet to win anything, so I always come in second place. Ruben will be doing one down the hall. So.
I wonder why that happens. Anybody got any ideas why he never won anything? This dude, he's a Democratic candidate. I don't know what he was running for, but he's never won. So can we imagine why? Any idea why he might not actually win any elections, despite the fact that he's clearly used to being surrounded by people who supposedly agree with him? Nobody here seems to.
So go ahead.
Did you ever stop beating your children, yes or no? That's a stupid question. Anyways,
I would like to point out something. Whenever you question the left's tactic, you both interject as quickly as you can to shut it down.
Now the moderator is on his feet, facing the crowd, fully engaged in the debate.
I let you say it. I let you have the last word.
Well, he let me say it, actually.
By the way, he's supposed to be allowing the crowd to ask questions right now to the debate people on the stage, but he's arguing with the crowd now.
Said it, and then I said you've said it, so now let's move on. And you wanted to say it 2 more times.
Well,
so congratulations, you've said it 3 more times. Let's let him ask his question.
My pleasure.
Okay.
These are the kind of.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, so like I said, I think the full one is probably out there somewhere. Maybe we can find it and watch it one day. But I saw that in my feed and I'm just like, we got to talk about this, because this is the most embarrassing thing I don't think I've ever seen a worse moderator in my entire life. That is by far the worst I've ever seen. And nobody there was buying it. Like, not a single person in that room was well, I don't know. I don't know if not a single person was. Everybody kind of seemed to be on the same page. But yeah, and here's the thing. This is the crazy part. This is the part that's good for us. The reason that whole scenario was good for us is because there were probably people in that crowd that were either fully on the bald dude side or maybe kind of on the fence and just wanted to hear what both parties had to say. Maybe they were curious and they know nothing about either one of the people up there. And every single person in that room witnessed the worst of the left. Like, they saw it in 4K firsthand. So whether they were there for Michael Knowles in the first place and they already knew the left was full of shit, whether they were there on the fence and they just didn't really know what these two people had to offer and they were just curious, now they've seen it firsthand. And if they were fully on the dude's side, they basically just seen how biased and childish he is. So like they turned an entire room against them. And as long, and this is why Charlie Kirk's message was so important. And this is, I know a lot of people are like, y'all are making this dude a deity. It's not about Charlie Kirk. It has nothing to really do with him as an individual. What he stood for, this type of open debate, even if it's biased, even if the moderator's biased, even if it's disingenuous, open debate is the foundation of this country, and it is supremely important. And it's one of those things that is not an issue that does not matter to anyone. It can't be. It's impossible. If you are a person who lives in America and you are an American citizen, then your right to free speech is by default important to you. You need to care about it. You don't have a fucking option, because the moment it goes away, the moment it's removed from you, it's over. This shit is over. Like, it's done. It has to be important to you. You have to care about it. Your right to free speech is one of the most important things we have as Americans. You cannot just let that shit fall to the wayside. I'm sorry. Because everybody wants their voice to be heard. Like, everybody does. I don't care who you are. Most people understand the importance. And it's not just important for you specifically. It's important for everybody. So I thought that was a really important video for us to check out. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. Yeah, man, these people. I want to hear it. I want to see it. If there are people in my neighborhood who think that killing people or murdering people who disagree with you is a good thing, I want to know who every single one of them is. I want them to say it loud, and I want them to say it proud publicly. I want to see them so I know exactly who you are. I don't want nobody hidden. I don't want no underground groups, no private texts. I want you to say it with your chest, your whole chest, 10 toes down. Tell me what you believe. I want to hear it so I know who not to fuck with.